Look at this face. 7 months old. Emmanuel Haro. Bright eyes. Innocent smile. A baby who should be learning to crawl, discovering the world, feeling nothing but love and safety. This should be the face of pure joy. But on August 14th, 2025, this innocent life became the center of America's most shocking betrayal. Rebecca Haro called 911 crying, hysterical. "My baby's been taken. I was attacked. Someone kidnapped my son." The entire nation watched as hundreds of officers searched desperately through California's desert. America's heart broke for a mother's worst nightmare. But what if I told you that everything you're about to hear is a lie? What if the people crying on camera, begging for their baby's return, were the ones who brutally silenced his cries forever?
I'm begging you, please, if anything, if you know anything, please bring us back our son.
What if the kidnapping that had America praying was nothing more than a calculated cover-up? What if the attack in that parking lot never happened? You think you know what evil looks like. You think you can spot a killer. But Jake and Rebecca Haro will make you question everything you believe about parents, about protection, about the lengths someone will go to hide their most disturbing secrets. Because this isn't Jake's first infant victim. Years before Emmanuel's tiny hands went silent forever, another 10-week baby brutally silenced in that same house. A daughter with only 3% brain function, which we will talk about later in this video. Prosecutors now claim that while America was desperately searching for baby Emmanuel's kidnapper, his tiny body was already hidden somewhere in California's vast wilderness. And the only people who knew where were the same people tearfully begging the cameras to bring him home. This isn't just another missing child case. This is about two parents, a web of lies, and a 7-month-old baby who trusted the people who may have destroyed him. But what investigators discovered in those final moments? What really happened in that house? Will emotionally devastate you. Watch till the end because the truth will haunt you. Jake and Rebecca Haro appeared to be living the American dream in Cabazon, California. Jake, 32, and Rebecca, 41, presented themselves as devoted parents to their 7-month-old son, Emmanuel. Social media showed birthday parties, family photos, and pictures of domestic bliss. But behind closed doors, investigators now claim a horrifying reality was unfolding. On the surface, they seemed like any struggling family trying to make ends meet. Rebecca worked. Jake stayed home with baby Emmanuel. To neighbors, they appeared completely normal. Just another young family in Southern California, dealing with the everyday stresses of raising an infant. But what if normal was just a mask? What if everything you're seeing was carefully orchestrated? Because the truth about what was happening inside that house would shatter every assumption about parental love. On Wednesday evening, August 14th, 2025, Big 5 Sporting Goods parking lot in Yucaipa, San Bernardino County. Rebecca Haro makes a frantic 911 call that would launch one of California's most intensive missing child searches. "My baby's been kidnapped. I was attacked. He's gone." Rebecca's story was heartbreakingly simple. She was changing Emmanuel's diaper in the parking lot when someone approached her. A stranger said "Hola" to her.
Now I had his diapers right here, and then someone said "Hola," and I couldn't even turn, and I don't remember nothing.
Then everything went black. When she regained consciousness, she was lying on the ground. Baby Emmanuel was gone. The response was immediate and massive. The San Bernardino Sheriff's Department mobilized hundreds of officers. Search and rescue teams combed through miles of desert terrain. Helicopters circled overhead. The FBI joined the manhunt. America watched in horror as another innocent child vanished without a trace. Jake Haro appeared on camera, his voice breaking with emotion. "Whoever took our son, please bring him back," he pleaded to the cameras. The desperation seemed genuine. The anguish appeared real. But investigators were already asking questions that would unravel everything. Within 24 hours, detectives began finding holes in Rebecca's account. Surveillance footage from the parking lot didn't match her timeline. Witnesses didn't see any attack. Medical examinations raised more questions than answers. But wait, There was something even more disturbing about this family's history. Jake Haro wasn't just a devoted father with a missing child. He was a convicted child abuser. In 2018, his then 10-week-old daughter Promise Faith had been rushed to the hospital with devastating injuries. Broken bones, healing fractures, a skull fracture, brain hemorrhage, injuries so severe they left her permanently bedridden. Jake had pleaded guilty to child abuse charges in 2023. But instead of prison time, a judge gave him probation. The judge had said, "I'm giving you a chance. Don't mess it up." That chance may have cost baby Emmanuel his life. As days passed, the massive search operation continued. Hundreds of volunteers joined law enforcement. The community rallied around what they believed was a grieving family. Media coverage was intense. America prayed for Emmanuel's safe return. But behind the scenes, investigators were building a completely different case. They discovered that baby Emmanuel may have died up to 9 days before his parents reported him missing. Court documents now reveal prosecutors believe Emmanuel was killed sometime between August 5th and August 14th. 9 days. 9 days of living a lie while a baby's body remained hidden. The attack in the parking lot? Investigators found no evidence it ever happened. The kidnapping story? A fabrication designed to cover up something far more sinister. But the most shocking revelation was yet to come. Sources close to the investigation revealed something that would shock the nation. During what's called a Perkins operation, an undercover investigation technique, Jake Haro allegedly confessed to killing baby Emmanuel. But this wasn't just any confession. According to sources, Jake admitted to putting his son's body in the trash. A 7-month-old baby, discarded like garbage. The image is almost too horrific to comprehend. Yet even after this alleged confession, Jake continues to maintain a different story. In recent jailhouse interviews, he insists Emmanuel wasn't a victim of long-term abuse. He claims he was railroaded in his daughter's case, calling himself the fall guy. "The judge knows I didn't do it," Jake told reporters from jail. But if the judge knew he was innocent, why would prosecutors now charge him with murdering another child? While Jake allegedly confessed, Rebecca maintained her victim narrative. Even from jail, she appeared on local media, standing by her husband and insisting she wanted to be out searching for Emmanuel too. Jake said of his wife in that same jailhouse interview, "The media is killing her. She is a beautiful woman. She loves her children." But prosecutors paint a different picture. They allege Rebecca was part of an ongoing pattern of abuse that ultimately killed baby Emmanuel. The woman who claimed to be knocked unconscious in a parking lot may have been conscious and complicit all along. Her story about waking up on the ground with her baby gone tugged at every parent's worst nightmare. But what if that nightmare was carefully constructed? What if those tears on camera were performance, not grief? Even as both parents sit in jail charged with murder, the search for Emmanuel's body continues. Jake reportedly assisted search and rescue teams near the 60 freeway and Gilman Springs Road in Moreno Valley. But when asked about it, he replied, "I want to talk about it, but I can't. I was told don't do press." Hundreds of officers are still combing through California's vast wilderness, looking for a tiny body that may have been hidden for weeks. The resources being spent are enormous. The emotional toll on searchers is devastating. All for a child whose parents allegedly know exactly where he is. District Attorney Mike Hestron stated at an August 27th news conference, "The evidence shows that baby Emmanuel endured ongoing abuse that ultimately took his life. This wasn't Jake Haro's first time facing child abuse charges. His daughter Promise Faith suffered injuries so severe they changed her life forever. Broken bones don't heal themselves. Skull fractures don't happen by accident. Brain hemorrhages in 10-week-old babies require tremendous force. Yet Jake received probation instead of prison time. A second chance. A warning from the judge not to mess it up. The similarities are haunting. Both children were infants. Both suffered severe injuries. Both cases involved Jake Haro. The pattern suggests something far more sinister than two separate tragedies. The case has split public opinion. Some believe the parents are grieving victims of a rush to judgment. Others see calculated killers who fooled an entire nation. The comment sections are brutal. The debates are heated. America can't decide who to believe. Evidence is so compelling that they charged both parents with murder while the search was still ongoing. Evidence that suggests a 7-month-old baby suffered weeks of abuse before his parents reported him kidnapped. Today, both Jake and Rebecca Haro remain in custody without bail. Jake is held at the Larry D. Smith Correctional Facility. Rebecca is at the Robert Presley Detention Center. They face murder charges that could result in life sentences. Investigators believe they know who killed him. They believe they know the kidnapping was fake. But they still need to find a tiny body in thousands of square miles of desert and wilderness. Meanwhile, Jake insists from jail that God is with us throughout this investigation. He says he understands why people are angry, calling the allegations horrendous. But he maintains his innocence even as sources say he confessed to putting his son in the trash. But here's what will keep you awake tonight. The most disturbing question of all. How long was baby Emmanuel suffering before his parents finally silenced him forever? Court documents suggest he may have been dead for 9 days before they reported him missing. Baby Emmanuel Harrow's sister, who survived Jake's brutal abuse but will never speak, walk, or see again with 3% brain function. To know where she is and her current health status, check the pinned comment and comment your thoughts on whether Jake and Rebecca are innocent or brutal killers. For more stories, subscribe to Evidence Eye.